With more and more people wanting to become psychiatric nurse practitioners, more and more of you guys have been asking me, is it absolutely necessary for you to get psych experience prior to becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner? And honestly, that's a great question. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you my answer, and I'll be going over 5 reasons why you should get a psych experience prior to becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner. So stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel, LifeofaPsychNP. And for those that are new to my channel, let me formally introduce myself. I'm Darty. I'm a board certified psychiatric nurse practitioner. And in this channel, I go over several different subjects to educate the public about mental health, ways to improve your lifestyle, topics related to nursing, nurse practitioners, and how to grow and start your own private practice. So if you are interested in any of these topics, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you like this video because it helps me out so much. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and gets me more exposure to motivate me to make more videos for you guys. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram already, follow me on Instagram at LifeofaPsychNP. So you probably clicked this video because you're trying to figure out my opinion on if it's absolutely necessary for you to get psych experience prior to becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner. And honestly, this is a very tough question to answer, but at the same time, it's relatively simple because at the end of the day, I think it's absolutely necessary. Some might say no, but in my opinion, I think it's absolutely necessary. And I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why. And if you stay until the very end of this video, I'm going to give you my opinion on why I think it's necessary compared to other people saying it's not necessary. So let's get started. So the very first reason why I truly believe psych experience is necessary prior to you becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner is the fact that you get to learn about patient behaviors, and you're going to be surrounded by this all the time. So I say this is extremely important because learning about patients' behaviors is going to actually keep you safe and keep your staff safe. So at the end of the day, you want to be able to recognize these certain cues in order for you to stay safe. And you understanding these behaviors of whether they're going to go off, so to speak, or have these aggressive moments or just going to escalate, you want to be able to understand when this is going to happen. And at the end of the day, with you being the provider going into the unit, you need to understand what is going to actually help them to de-escalate, and you want to be able to see how they're possibly escalating and being able to make sure you can do all of the use all of your resources in order for you to de-escalate that. And if you're not able to recognize these certain behavioral cues, then you're pretty much going to put your staff in danger, you're going to put yourself in danger, and just other patients in danger. So you want to be able to recognize these certain cues, and you're going to be able to learn these cues or learn behaviors within psych units that's ultimately going to keep you, staff, and patients safe. So the second reason why I truly believe getting psych experience is necessary prior to you becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner is the fact that you get to learn about psychotropic medications, how they're used, and the different prescribing styles of many providers. So this is extremely important, especially as a student or a future nurse practitioner. You want to be able to understand how medications work, because at the end of the day, the main thing that we do for a lot of people is prescribing medications, and you want to be able to prescribe these medications. You can read all you want about these medications, but if you don't necessarily understand how to prescribe it and the different techniques that other providers use, then it's going to be a lot harder for you to treat patients successfully. But if you're able to see how other providers prescribe and you get to learn their prescribing habits, you get to see like what's going to be effective. Because let's face it, if you're learning from a psychiatrist and you're learning about their style, more than likely they're going to have it down packed, especially with so much schooling that they've had through residency, through fellowship, and just experience within itself. You get to be able to understand that. But if you're working on in the IC unit or ER, those docs barely know what medications are going to be helpful, especially when a patient's extremely agitated or extremely depressed, manic, things like that. But if you're working in a psych unit, which you're going to be ultimately doing within psych, any type of unit, outpatient, inpatient, crisis stabilization, you're going to be dealing with psych patients. So why not get and understand how other prescribers prescribe, especially when it's off-label use, and then understand what's going to be best for you. So definitely think about that. So the third reason why I truly believe psych experience is necessary prior to you becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner is the fact that you get to learn about the treatment team and the roles of each interdisciplinary teammate in order for you to be able to provide the highest quality of care possible to each patient. So the reason why I say this is extremely important is because you need to be able to understand the roles of each member of your interdisciplinary team in order for you to provide the highest quality of care possible. Yes, as a nurse practitioner, you're going to think that you wear so many different hats, but at the same time, if you can refer these patients to certain areas for them to receive the highest quality of care possible, then why not do it? And if you didn't work psych, then you're not going to understand this. A lot of the times you're going to think that, oh, as a social worker, all they're going to be doing is deferring to different resources within the community, but you're not going to necessarily understand that they do therapy also. Same with therapists. You're going to think, oh, just therapy, that's all they do, but they do more than that. And same with psychologists. You're going to think, oh, all they're going to be doing is therapy also, but if you realistically look at it, they all have their specific roles within our community. Psychologists can do testing. So if they're worried about certain learning disabilities or worried about certain disorders that you might not pick upon, you can refer them to psychology to be able to see if they have an underlying disorder that you might not be treating appropriately. So it's always great to be able to be part of this psych team because you get to understand the roles of each member and how they actually function within the whole big picture and the whole scope of mental health. So you getting this experience with it, regardless of which setting you're in, outpatient, inpatient, urgent care, crisis stabilization, by being able to understand which areas you can refer the patient to, you're going to give them the best chance of getting stabilized in order for them to return to their everyday normal life. So the fourth reason why I truly believe getting psych experience is necessary prior to you becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner is it's going to open up doors for jobs and for you to find a preceptor. The reason why I say this is because a lot of jobs nowadays, especially with more and more people looking upon the trend or learning about the trend of people wanting to become psych nurse practitioners, they're trying to decipher who is going to be a great candidate. So when they look at experience, they're going to want to see that you have psych experience. And I've come across so many different jobs that they absolutely require psych experience prior to you even getting considered for the position or even the preceptorship. So I know a lot of people actually not willing to take on students because they don't have any psych experience. And I know a lot of jobs don't want to hire these new grads because they don't have psych experience. Obviously, once you get past those things, it's going to be kind of open for you to get any job, but still a lot of these jobs, even if you have 1 to 2 years of Psych NP experience, they're not going to want to take you because they know that you don't have any Psych RN experience. That's kind of minimal, but at the same time, some jobs still require this within their position. So you always have to think about that because at the end of the day, our goal is to get a job or get a preceptor, especially if you want to move on. And if you can't even do that because you're lacking psych experience, why not just get the psych experience just so you can put it on your resume in order for you to avoid these obstacles moving forward. So my fifth and final reason why I truly believe getting psych experience is necessary prior to you to becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner is you get to gain overall psych experience. So this is extremely important because the more and more time you spend in the psych world, the more and more you're going to learn, whether it's going to be from patients, whether it's going to be from a mentor, whether it's going to be from another nurse, maybe another provider, whoever it may be, you're going to be able to learn more and more about being able to provide the highest quality of care possible to the specific population of patients. So why not get the actual experience in order for you to give the best and highest quality of care possible? With more and more people to learn from and more resources to utilize, especially when you're specifically focused on psych, you're going to be able to give your patient the best chance at healing. So at the end of the day, any psych experience is going to be better than no psych experience. And if you want to be successful as a psychiatric nurse practitioner, I would highly suggest to actually do this and get the experience, because at the end of the day, what you're going to learn on this unit is going to be far greater than what you're going to be learning strictly just in textbooks. But by being able to combine both of them, you're going to be the best. And I think it's going to be truly beneficial for your future, and you're going to be able to see what it takes to be able to care for this population of patients. So the moment you guys have been waiting for. So you want to know my opinion on all of this. And my opinion is, I think it's absolutely necessary. And the reason being is because how are you truly going to find out if you love dealing with this type of patient on a daily basis for the rest of your life? And how do you know you're going to like it? And you're not going to understand, and you're not going to know. At least if you get the experience, then you're going to have a little taste of whether or not you like it. And some people hate psych, straightforward. Some people go into psych and absolutely hate it. And some people go into psych thinking they're going to hate it and absolutely love it. And that's the difference, is because no one knows truly how they're going to feel unless they get the experience. But imagine going into psych as an NP and having no psych experience, and you spending so much time, money, and effort in order for you to be a psych NP, and you go into it and think, damn, I hate this. Imagine how mad you're gonna be. But if you just got a job, a per diem job in psych, and actually just experienced it, then you're gonna understand, maybe I don't like this job, or maybe you're like, damn, this is the best experience, and end up quitting your other job to become a full-time psych nurse. And I know so many people that have done that and found that they love psych. And I know so many people that are psych NPs that found out that they absolutely hate psych NPs because it's just worsening their own mental health. And at the end of the day, you have to find that balance. And if psych nursing isn't for you, then be like, okay, I can just move on. But now that you're a psych NP and you just recently find out you hate it, then how easy is it to move on when you have so much expectations on how much money you're gonna make, what you're gonna be doing with your future job, and you quitting your previous jobs, how are you gonna support your family? Don't make that mistake, because at the end of the day, you wanna be able to fully go into it wanting to know that, okay, I love what I do, I know I'm gonna love my job, and you're gonna be able to find that by being a psych nurse and seeing if it's right for you. And that's my biggest thing, is because you don't want to go into it and jump all in, having so much expectations and end up hating it. And I feel like that's gonna be a huge regret on your behalf if you don't even want to dive in and get any psych experience as an RN. So definitely think about that. Well guys, this is the end of my video. I know it's a little bit longer again, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to express my opinion and give you reasons why I truly believe that it's necessary for you to get psych experience, because like I mentioned, at the end of the day, it's only going to be beneficial for you in the long run. And if you find out you hate psych, then by all means, at least you were able to get a taste of it prior to you spending thousands and thousands of dollars on psych NP school and realizing that you hate it. And you can read across the boards that there's so many people out there, different forums, like boards within the groups within Facebook, that some people hate it, and it sucks because they went through all of this time, effort, and they find out they hate it. And I don't want you guys to be put in this situation, so I'd rather make this video now and give you my opinion before you start to think, damn, I shouldn't have listened to Darty because he just talks about good stuff. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to be fully aware and informed that psych isn't for everyone. And it's definitely something that it's not just an acquired taste. It's one of those things where you have to be fully committed and love in order for you to provide the highest quality of care possible. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't liked this video already, make sure you like this video because it helps me out with the algorithm. Have a wonderful day guys. Until next time, bye.